bronze and copper look at the designer's patch notes and the impact that these patch notes are going to have on my gameplay. So, hello everyone. I'm excited to go over this stuff with you. So I've already kind of read through all this. It's literally just saying, hey, the balancing matrix is literally as far as we've got. Let's see. So ops that are up here in the top left are underpicked. They aren't picked too much, but they're much too strong. Up here in the top right is overpicked and too strong. Down here in the bottom right is overpicked and they're too weak. Bottom left is the ops that they really feel like that they hopefully are needing to buff. So some important notes here. We see Monty and we see Blitz, shield ops in the underpicked and too weak category. So I'm hoping that we're going to see some buffs to Monty and Blitz in this. And as per usual, we're going to be nerfing. Honestly, like Ashe is still overpicked by a lot. Blackbeard is one of the strongest attacking ops, period, as well as Ace. We also see Yana, Dokkaebi, Finka, and Lion as too strong. So I agree. Ace is definitely going to be needing a nerf. I feel like out of all of the hard breachers, like if you can pick Ace, Ace does every other's hard breacher's job except safely. You know, where are the other hard breachers in here? Here's Habana. Definitely picked less and not as strong, and then Thermite is all the way down here at underpicked and too weak. I think Blackbeard, I'm not sure what they're gonna do with Blackbeard. I have no idea. Let's continue. On to defenders. Oh my Jesus. Jaeger, what are you doing all the way over here, dude? It's supposed to be back this way. To the left. Jaeger. He's picked almost 100% of the time and ranked platinum and above. These are platinum and above on PC. Clash is down here where we also saw, like, in between Monty and Blitz. So down here. Where are some other ops? Warden is kind of hidden behind Tachanka. Tachanka, even after the rework, is all the way over here to the left and still piss poor. Cav is way underpicked and also has one of the highest win rates compared to baseline. Which is surprising because Vigil is down here and he's a little overpicked, but slightly too weak, it looks like. If we talk about other outliners, Mira is really high in win delta, as well as Valkyrie and Melusi. Legion's overpicked slightly, but is too weak. Interesting. The Frenchies are over here on the left-hand side, which means that they're just underpicked. But we can see Rook just giving his team extra, like that extra 2 armor must really mean a lot. You know what I mean? Nerf, Jaeger needs to be banned each comp game. That's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, I don't know what it is about Jaeger. I think they just need to change his main gun. They just should get rid of it and make him a copy of Bandit at that point. Because at that point, I'm interested to see what happened percentage-wise. Some other interesting points. Aruni over here on the right-hand side of slightly overpicked. We have Mozzie as well. Interesting. Okay, please note. Okay, so this is how they've defined everything. And let's talk about operator ban rates. The top 10 attack bans. Thatcher's banned a lot. Wow, Thatcher is now one of the highest bans. Shotgun Blackbeard with gun shield easy. Yeah, exactly. Monty at 17. So that's surprising if we now knowing what we know about the percent chance of a team winning with Monty. You know what I mean? I think if we saw, like, I think after this we're going to see way more Blackbeard bans and we're going to see way more Ace bans. I'm more interested in the defending bans. Oh, wow. Yeah, Mira. I feel like a lot of people agree with me with this. Like, hey, Mira's, like, really fucking strong on the meta right now. Being able to get a one-way sight onto a choke point and then being able to shoot through a soft wall is much too strong right now. We also have Malusi. Jaeger's ban rate has gone all the way down. We are unable to provide the no ban details. We hope to have this fixed for the next one. Okay. Operator balance. Okay, so that all that data was really interesting. I'm actually more because I think all of this is going to be changing once we start looking into some of the operator balances, and I am very glad to see that Ash is going to be changed. Okay, reduce breaching charge explosive damage range to 2 meters. Okay, so she just deals way less damage with whenever she uses her breaching charge. According to the balancing matrix, Ash continues to be the attacker with the highest presence, owing to her strong versatility. Specifically, so this is actually a buff to defensive shield up, so Clash. By reducing this range, this will bring her more versatility along with other attackers. Oh, also this will make it harder for her to get like above or below something. Use a breaching charge to destroy stuff that's on the other side of it. That's interesting. Okay, I'm down for that. This is a little less extreme than I was hoping for. I was wanting to see a more, I guess this is only mid-season, so this is like these are small changes, and then the next season we could see some bigger changes, but I don't know. Up next we have Buck. Interesting. Where was Buck in the... Ah, okay, so we're expecting a buff for Buck. This is good for Bird. This is going to be a lot of that going back and forth, by the way. Buck. Okay, increased shotgun total ammo. That's good. Added a hard breach charge. That is very good, I feel like. So now Buck is just a all-around good... Buck used to just be one of the best soft breachers, I felt like, with his shotgun. And now giving him more ammo is going to make him better at that. And then hard breach charge is going to make it so that he can just breach anything. What's up? Further differentiating Buck from Sledge and highlighting his unique strategies of master destruction, increasing his utility. Yes, exactly. This is combined with his stun grenades. We expect the hard breach charge to additional versatility, increase his presence in matches. As his shotgun's less reliable than Sledge's trusty hammer, the extra ammo will ensure Buck brings value to the team compositions while accounting for the additional shots required. I.e., 2 shots are required to destroy both layers of the floor. Okay. Yeah, so this is just going to make him way better as a breacher in general. Up next, we have Echo. Reduced drone jump. Reduce the animation time yokai fall. Fails to stick to the ceiling. Oh, wow. It used to take 2 full seconds. So yeah, I was expecting Echo buffs of some kind after the major nerfs to him, so that he could actually be viable again. You know, like we saw that a lot of his versatility came from originally being able to have his drones invisible, right? But now that he can't do that, that's a major part of his identity that's gone. So now they have to just make the drones better somehow. With this patch, drone fields are used, focusing on quality of life changes. Yeah, so I bet you all of these were at some point nerfs to Echo that has since changed. Uh, since you don't want to play Echo because his drones aren't invisible, and if it took 2 seconds, like if you failed putting it somewhere, and the attacker had 2 seconds to just shoot your drone, like that would fucking suck. Ela, interesting. Where was Ela? It's gonna be a lot of this. Okay, she's a little too strong, so we're expecting some nerfs. Ela. Removed resistance to concussion effects. Remove the extra mine when down but not out. With this patch, we intend to remove some of the hidden mechanics. During the Chon contest on the turn, the community was very vocal about these kinds of mechanics. The work we did removing these exceptions on Echo last year, i.e., vulnerable to Dokubi's logic bomb and hacking, allow IQ to detect his cell phone with the scanner, was mentioned as a step in a positive direction. We've decided to approach Elon in a similar manner, removing her concussion resistance and extra mine. We do not believe these changes will affect her viability and presence. I don't think this is a big deal. I don't think this is a big deal, personally. As someone that did not play any Ela, I don't think anybody's choosing Ela to for concussion effect resistance. I guess maybe like pros and top ranked people did just because they were like, hey, Ela's better against people like Zofia, and Zofia was really present in the meta. So, but I mean, from someone that didn't play a lot of Ela, I'm not expecting this to change very much. So, Callie, okay. I feel like Callie was underperforming. Base damage is set to 122, 100% damage until 25 meters, and linearly falls to 80%, or 97.6 at 35 meters. Okay? I don't even understand what this says. Oh, the base damage of her weapon. Okay. I don't know why I thought this was her gadget. Looking at the bouncing, yep, we've noticed that the one-shot down but not out mechanic has been mentioned several times in balancing surveys as frustration for our players. We understand the exceptions to this rule, i.e. headshot, limb hit, the target is extremely far away, can cause confusion. With this in mind, we will remove the rule and turn our sniper into a normal weapon, increasing its base damage in the process. This means that damage will function the same way as any other weapon against the armor and health of the target. Good news for Rook, his armor is now useful against her. Fucking finally. One body shot will kill a 3-speed op. So hold up. So Rook is just now a straight up hard counter to Callie. Okay, so playing I already played a lot of Rook. So one body shot will down, and then one body shot will damage the 1-speed. It's worth noting that we will keep one of these exceptions noted above, the damage to limbs, as we do not want to reward inaccurate shots now that the base damage is higher. We feel that this fits with the logic of the weapon, so unlikely to generate the same confusion. Okay. No, it's a hard counter. It's a hard counter. No, Callie's whole thing to be able to down people with a body shot, no matter who they were, originally, was strong, right? And there's the 3 speed ops on defense. Now that they can go from one body shot to kill, we're not talking about down but not out, we're talking about killing. Changing it to just damaging them if you're playing Rook is a big change. So honestly, this is a nerf, honestly. She's considered underperforming. So this is a nerf. Alright, cool. Oh no, goodbye 1.5 F. I can hear Zeus the Dent crying from here. No, this is a nerf. 100%. I can hear Mr. Caraway crying from here that the T5 is losing the 1.5. Goodbye. I mean, I don't feel like we need to read this. Legion's gun was one of the top performing guns, I felt like, on defense. And losing the scope was a big reason why. So, goodbye. Legion will still be played all the time, I bet. Next up is Line. Added Claymore and removed his hard breach charge. F. Trading part of his gadget loadout with Buck, Lion is now the proud owner of a Claymore. Given his role as a roamer focused on control, the shift better fits with his playstyle. I mean, Lion I always viewed more as just a counter to roamers. You know what I mean? Oh no, Mr. Caraway. No. Yes, I can hear his heart breaking from here. I knew it. Next up we have Lion. Like, this is fine, I guess. I just think this is... I've now just associated Lion with the hard breach charge so much. You know what I mean? Time him out, he's spam. I don't know. Given the option, players were less likely to choose a hard breach charge. I don't know. I don't know. Where was Line on the Matrix? Let's look real quick. I feel like he was actually overperforming. Yeah, he was overperforming. So that's his nerf. Losing the ability to just kind of do anything is get fucked. Lion. Malusi. Oh, removed angle grip. I can hear all of the plats and diamonds crying right now. By removing the angle grip, her presence is expected to see a reduction back to previous values. She's a valuable asset to her teams, but the effectiveness of her MP5 made it possible to outpace roamers at their own game. I'll time you out in 0.5 seconds. Don't even test me. I have the privilege to spam. I believe Black Dragon was just giving you a hard time. Goodbye, Malusi. This is very sad. Next up is Mira. Yeah, removing the 1.5. Yeah. Again, this is the same thing that we saw a second ago with Legion. Removing the 1.5 from the vector is going to make the vector worse considerably. Yeah, the one, like, honestly, like, people that are new to the game are going to look at a 1.5 and go, okay, yeah, but that's not a huge difference from a holographic or something. But, like, after playing for so long, like, the 1.5 is quickly becoming one of my favorite types of sights on defense. I would rather have a 1.5 on defense than a 2.5. Bamboo is very upset. All your main offs are getting nerfed. Goodbye, Mira. Mira will still be playable, 100%. I feel like this is actually a pretty good nerf, honestly. I understand that they're targeting top ranked, but like I felt like the 1.5 was just too strong. So the 1.5 is very strong. I agree. Oh wow! Removed withstand from Zofia. Wow. Remove the resistance and concussion effects as well as reduce the impact grenade explosion damage to 2 meters. Wow. I think Oryx is still keeping the 1.5. Ying was untouched, so that's good. Populations targeted by this change. Yep. Zofia is, if Jackal didn't exist, Zofia would be my number one ban all the time on attack. Now that they're removing some of her stuff that was incredibly strong, like withstand, like the number of times I've been yelling at Bird to finish off Zofia is incredibly high because Camry doesn't understand what withstand did because it's never explicitly stated anywhere, you know. They should, I think with them removing all these withstands, we could actually see an operator whose whole gadget is to withstand. Let's see. Similar to Ela, removing the hidden mechanics, yeah, which are what these two are, and then this is the same thing that we saw from Ash. Her explosive grenade damage range is getting smaller, so now you can't just explode above or below to destroy gadgets that are on the other side of either a drone hole or like a soft part of the wall that's at the top, or even through the floor. If they're playing against Kaid, sometimes you would just be able to shoot underneath the floor to destroy the electro claw that was on the other side. Weapons and gadget balancing. Okay. Ballistic shields. Okay. Removed. Set to 0. The camera penalization during the guard break animation. We introduce. Oh, I've definitely noticed this. While you're playing Monty and someone melees you, like, you can't, like, rotate yourself to, like, block. But what they're doing is they're making it possible for you to do this again. We've introduced this mechanic to counter shield operators' quick rotation during the guard break animation. We initially viewed this quick rotation as a source of frustration and sought to reduce the feeling of putting yourself in danger to engage a shield operator and not getting anything from it. We've all had that one run-in with a skilled clash. But over time, observing our community's evolving strategy, this interaction feels more in line with how a skilled shield player uses them. As a result, Here, I'm going to change the song real quick. I like this song, but come on. There we go. But over time, observing our community's evolving strategies, this interaction feels more in line with how a skilled shield player uses them. As a result, we've removed this aspect of ballistic shields, as it wasn't our intention to remove a key component of shield play, which created a frustration for a player using a shield. Shields should now feel more comfortable to play. This is very good. I'm very excited for this. This is a straight up buff to all of the shield ops that we saw earlier. And I was a little disappointed I didn't see like Monty or Blitz or Clash up here. As someone who plays a lot of shield ops, I'm glad that this is a change. It's a step in the right direction. I don't think this is going to fix anything, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. Hard breach changes. Oh, charges. Hard breach charges. Let's see. Remove deployment time to 2 seconds from 3. Reduced activation time to 5. So it'll activate faster and you can get it down faster. Very nice. I didn't know it took a whole 3 seconds to get your hard breach down. That's crazy. Okay, good. Hard breach. I can see why they're doing this, but at the same, like, this is like a nerf slightly to Ace, just because now, like, why wouldn't you just play Buck? You know, if you are pushing somewhere where you feel confident you'll be able to get your hard breach down, like, you might as well just play Buck. You know. I lied. I like this song, but I'm going to change it again. There we go. Recoil. Console. Are these just console changes? As part, specifically while aiming down sight, you'll notice tighter recoil on a number of guns, making them more viable when never using a controller. Okay, so these are controller changes, I feel like. World balancing. Okay. Following experimentation on the test server, we made a decision to set aside the idea for pre-reinforcing roof hatches. Our initial objective with this idea was to make these hatches more interesting points of contention between attacks and defenders. We've hoped to make it less trivial for attackers to open these hatches and make it possible for defenders to try to defend these hatches, with the Kaid, for instance. We knew this could be problematic in the metagame where attackers' resources were already spread thin when it comes with dealing defender setups, but we hoped with the addition of Hard Breach and the Habana rework that this would solve this issue. After several tests on the test server, here's what we've observed. On many maps, our objective... Is this it? Okay. On many maps, our objectives seem to achieve based on what we could observe, although this is difficult to evaluate for several reasons. First, our current test server population behaviors didn't always represent our live player population. Second, we didn't always have enough test server activity for telemetry results to be reliable. On some maps where opening roof hatches is particularly crucial, like Cafe, it made an operator like Habana almost a mandatory pick. We did not manage to convince. Most feedback we gathered was negative, and we saw a few players perceiving upsides to the change. Our conclusion is that the cons seem to outweigh the pros, which led us to the decision to set this issue aside. Well, I mean, at least they're saying they're getting rid of it. I mean, we've been talking this whole time about when they would be changing that to, you know, the perceived, way of doing things originally. But now they have finally said, yeah, let's get rid of it.